Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Wow. Can you believe it? We are going into 2024. And I'm so excited because I get to do the last show for Let's Talk Fabulous in 2023. Yay. With some fabulous panelists, I might have you. And you know what? It took a lot for me to get this because usually people are planning some festival things, like going out to party or, whatever they do on New Year's Eve, whatever you do. But I was able to get four lovely queens to come on, even though with their busy schedule, to come with me and talk about New Year, new mindset. And we're going to change it up a little bit because we're going to talk about mindset versus mind flow. And I had to give total kudos to Barbara Ellison because she kind of threw me into that the middle of this year of that. And I've been using that since. And I love that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So before we go into that, I want to bring on my wonderful virtual co-host as well, Miss Renee. And she's going to start us off and we'll go from there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's fabulous show. Today's guest host is Barbara J. Beckley, and she'll be joined by some expert panelists speaking about mindset. As we end 2023 and go into 2024, we want to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And what does that mean? What does it mean for you? How will you leave 2023 behind and go into the new year? So buckle up, take some copious notes, and get ready to embark upon this journey in 2024. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for allowing me to share my voice with all of you on this network, on this show, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Take care and God bless. May you each have a healthy, happy, sweet, and prosperous year ahead.
There we are, bing, and that is magic. So first of all, thank you, Renee. She always comes every week for the whole year, not just any other show, but all the shows she comes on, and she gives us this so much positivity. So that, that kind of starts, we're talking about mindset, and she's been having that through the whole year. I mean, when you think about it, that's 52 weeks in a year, right? And she's been doing that for us. So thank you, Renee, if you're watching us. We're showing you all love and happy, merry, everything that you say, New Year's for her. So wonderful. Get queens. Are we ready today? Yes. You're looking beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, I heard the yes. I love that. Well, before we start, we get to introduce yourselves because they need to know who these queens are. And we're going to be talking about New Year, new mindset / mind flow. I want to just start off with a quick video because before, some people already been celebrating New Year's. I know some people in Australia and some other countries, they're already bringing in the New Year. And we won't be here when the clock strikes 12, wherever we're at. So we're going to make sure we do it up right now for you. So with that, we'll be right back. Oh, okay. I was doing my little 60s dance. There you go, Barbara. There we go. I see. Hey, we're telling our agency, but that's okay. We're still standing, right? We're still here.
We're still standing.
Talk about it. So before we get into it, I want to get to introducing these lovely queens, and then we're getting right into our subject because we got a lot to unpack today. We really do. I have some other things to show you. There's some people that off the street, as we call it, wants to come in with some knowledge too. So with that said, we're going to go to some. I agree, Kim. Mindflow is such a great word. See, Barbara, you got people attached to this. Yes, it's already the new year somewhere. Yeah. Yep, that's true. So, so I want people to know, people that's out there watching us, you're part of this conversation. If you didn't know, now you know. Like the song goes, if you didn't know, now you know. And with that, I hope you have, and I always have to remind people, pen, and I have my paper. I don't know about anybody else, but you're going to take some wonderful, wonderful notes today. See, look at even Erica, she has hers. Yes, I seen you. There's Sandy. I've seen her twice a day. Let's see. People welcome people in. Happy New Year. Eve, Lisa A. Brown, lady. How you doing, Lisa? She is such an angel as well. So let's get started. Let's get some introductions going here. So we're going to start. I'm going to go down. Well, go down my way. I don't even know how it's facing, but we're going to start with Queen Christine, and get her to introduce herself, and then we'll go up.
Hey, everyone. Happy early New Year. It is an honor and a blessing to be on this show. Thank you, Tamara and Barbara, for extending the invite to be a part of this wonderful panelist. Excuse me. My name is Kristina Shauntee. I am a pastor. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a writer, and I am also the host of the show Harvest and Beyond. And I am blessed and wonderfully excited to be on this show where we're going to talk about mindset, Mindflow, and coming into 2024.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Queen. And our next queen, Miss Queen Nancy.
Oh, there I am. Thank you. I love the way you call people queen. It's just, it's such a beautiful blessing. It honors the specialness in all of us. And as we enter this new year, wow, right? So I am Nance. I am Exponential Joy. I teach people how to reconnect with that part of themselves that's called joy. We often disconnect from that as we go through trials and tribulations. And as a psychic medium, I'm blessed to be able to help people in a very divine way every day as they move forward in the direction of their dreams. There you go.
Yes, yes, yes. And also I want to congratulate Nancy, because I think it was your granddaughter or I can't say nothing. Oh, dag. Okay, I just want to just congratulate who you are. Let's just put it that way. We'll go
I'm blessed to have two beautiful granddaughters, and one of them had a very special something that she created. So she's going to tell the world later.
Okay. So I didn't mean to blow that out, but let's just say specials everywhere. Okay, Miss Queen Barbara with our mascot.
Yeah, this is Tripod. Hi, yeah, I'm Barbara Ellison. I'm a speaker and author and a podcast host. I'm founder of Wellness Playroom for the best version of you. And I work with and serve late career professionals who are facing retirement, and they have no idea of who they are outside of their job title and their job description. And their health is probably declining because of stress. And they're also wondering how they're going to provide for their families without the job income. And the sad part is so many people are not talking about it. So we need to bring it to light that this is absolutely something that's happening in the world. So that's me, and love it. And yeah, and Tripod, this is my three-legged cat. And she makes an appearance almost all the time.
And that three-legged cat can do some things for three legs. I mean, I have to tell you, she's special.
Yep. She likes being here. So thank you for inviting us.
More than welcome. And now we have our Queen Erica.
I love that I unmuted just as something crashed out. That is the symbol of my 2023 year. So I am so happy to be putting a door on the end of this year. But I am Erica Hanson. I'm a curiosity coach. I do all things through a curiosity lens with teams and individuals to really just break down those barriers and be really truly open to everything you can be and to celebrate uniquenesses and differences. And I'm also a coach, but a host of a podcast called Defining You. So with that, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. See, I told you they're wonderful queens. I just love them so much. So before we go into our, topic here, like I said, I have a lot of moving parts today. And one is another co-host besides myself that co-hosts the show, Mrs. Wonderful Queen Kim. And I think she's watching right now. I did ask her to show some love to us today because it is the end of the year. And me and her have been like moving and grooving with this show thanks to the biggest queen bee, Tamara L. Hunter. And I wanted everybody to listen to just some things, some thoughts that she had. And then we're going to get into our panel. So here is Kim.
Hi, my name is Kim O'Neill, Authentic Confidence Coach, host of the Every Day is a New Day show, and it's been my honor to be one of the guest hosts for the Let's Talk Fabulous show. And Barbara asked me, Kim, what do you see happening in 2024? And I will say that something I'm seeing show up already is this readiness to take those next bigger, bolder steps towards what it is we are ready to experience and create in our reality. So whether that be starting something new, ending something, or stopping, energies that are taking up rent-free space within our mind and heart, no longer letting those things occur. Really taking those next big action steps so that we experience something different and being able to witness that in someone else's life too. That's what I see taking place, and it's going to be a fantastic year to be able to see those shifts in the world.
Thank you, Kim. And it's so wonderful to partner with you every other week on Sundays. The co-host is fabulous. Remember, Talk Fabulous show with her. So Kim, Happy New Year to you as well. I want to say aloha to Coach Chuck. He is from Hawaii, coming in from Hawaii, watching the show. Yes, fabulous. And with that said, we're going to jump right into it, like I said. So, panel, queens, new year, mindset, Mindflow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's just get that in our mind right now, right there. So I want to start with, I was going to start with, what do you think about mindset, Mindflow? But no, something told me to go a different direction here. And I can do that because I'm a host. So I want, as panelists, I want you to, give some personal, not too personal, it's up to you how personal you want to go, but some personal experience that impact or transform your mind to achieving your goals in the overall year and then what's to come. So what was some lessons that you learned? What was some things that came out this year that you were like, when you put yourself to, you're like, I learned something from there. Learn something from that part. So who wants to start? I know we got some good stories. Let's go with Barbara.
Yeah. Sometimes we get invited to things and we go to them and we get stuff out of them. And sometimes we go and we can go to things and they're life-changing. Well, this year I had the opportunity to attend a thing called from Rich Kozak. I'm going to give him a plug. Called the Clarity Summit. And that's what the whole summit was about, was clarity. And who are you and who do you serve and all of those, which I had done so much work about, but just those nuances that absolutely brought more crystal clear clarity of what I want going forward for my clients. Where do I see my clients going? It's not just because it's not about me. Where do I see my clients going? And that has been absolutely fabulous for this year. And I think more and more people are talking about that.
Okay, yeah. That's good. See, It's always nice to get that clarity, right? It's always nice, and not just the beginning of the year. And that's one thing I want to put out there real quick before we get to our other queens and their personal experience this year. Is this is not just a 1 day, 2 day, okay, let's take it, let's go through all this, and then the whole rest of the year, like, oh, woe was me. I totally forgot what I was supposed to do. What was my new resolution? We want to make sure that you consistently use this time. And that's why these queens are here to remind you every day. This is an everyday thing. Every baby steps, right?
Right.
So
baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah. So who's our next person that wants to share? I'm going to pick on you. You know I am. Okay, Nancy.
I love how when we show up, wherever we're going, whatever we're doing, as more of an awakened person, hearing and seeing what's going on. So when you show up at an event and you're looking forward or not forward to seeing that person, you think, I don't like Barbara. She's just, she's just too much, right? Asking ourselves more about that of ourselves. If I think Barbara's too much, wait, maybe is that me? Am I too much? We show up expecting people to be a certain way instead of allowing them to be a certain way. And that's where we're talking about the flow of things. We go somewhere and we expect somebody to be, do, or act a certain way. And we have no idea. If we go in with a clean slate, then we've got the opportunity to see what's available, what's in front of us, instead of expecting something.
Right. I like that. I like that. Anybody want to chime on with Nancy on that? Well, I'll chime on real quick. Barbie want to? I seen.
Just one of the things that triggers in me too is that this year we expect, at the beginning of the year, we all set resolutions, we all set goals, we all set this, that, and the other thing, X, Y, Z, with the anticipation that they were all going to happen. So now we're at the end of the year. And I have found so many people, well, I didn't get this done. Oh, this didn't happen. I didn't get this done. I didn't get that done. Well, quit beating yourself up for the things that you didn't get done. Celebrate the things that you did get done, the new connections you made, the new things that you had no idea. That I loved what Nancy just said about being open to any new opportunities. What new opportunities did you have this year that you did not expect January 1st of last year, of 2023? What new things did you find? And be open to that and celebrate them. And I find so many people, they just beat themselves up for all the things they didn't do, rather than, oh, wow, that happened. And I love that, Nancy. Thank you. That triggered that. It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so true. Anybody else want to jump on the train with basically expectations and, just being open to new expectations of people? Anybody on that? I know one thing with me, I always, not always, this is used to be Barbara. Okay, let's put the used to be. That, I used to look at people in a certain way and expect something from them just by how they, came about or came in the room, in the Zoom room or in person. And sometimes they would show me so totally different. Like some people have this, their face would be like, oh, they look like they're upset or they're going to go off on me or something. And then I look up and they're the nicest, the sweetest. And I was like, dang, I shouldn't even thought about that. And see, that's where, you have to open your mind and say, okay, just because they look a certain way or do something, that doesn't mean they might not be the thing that you think they are. Right. So I had to open up my mind and say, well, you know what? If I'm looking at that, they might be looking at me saying, well, is she looking like this? So it goes back and forth, like Nancy says, and you have to just leave all that, just put that to the side, just say, let me just open myself up to make sure that I'm open to the opportunities to meet individuals without putting that expectation out there. Yeah. So, that's very important. So I want to get to, because I haven't heard from Queen Kristina or Queen Erica, hint, and I'm going to pull up one of them. Just personal learning experience. Whatever you had this year, Erica.
Yeah, I definitely have the learning experiences this year, as Barbara knows. You could take a look at my 2023 and say I was part of a massive layoff. at my company, not my company, the company where I worked, in mid-May, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 months later. So you could look at that and be like, I've had a hell of a year, and I have had a hell of a year. But what I realized very quickly is that the framework that I had created to help others with curiosity, and I had built it from looking back at my transformation and my journey in my life, is I ended up using it to gain so much from this year. And it's transformational curiosity. So it's a suspension of your experiences and beliefs to be open and seek the unknown. That's the official, but it's SOS. So suspend, open, and seek. And so when I experienced the layoff, I knew it was coming. They handled it beautifully. And I was like, okay, so what am I going to do? And I was like, oh, the universe is telling me it is time now to focus full-time on my own business.
Right.
So I was ready, gearing up, doing that. And then I gave myself time, which I had never done. I went on a self-care retreat, which I would have never done. And then I get diagnosed 2 weeks after I had relaunched my business. And so I stopped and I just thought, okay, SOS. I need to suspend what I think having cancer means, because this is not what I thought cancer was, and for me. And then just be really open to what else this can bring to me. How can this add empathy and understanding for me when I'm helping future clients? And then just really seeking some sense of stability or something that I needed to crave. And throughout the last 6 months, my mom and my best friend have both come up to me at various times and said, Erica, you really showed up as you throughout all of this. And for somebody who has had depression and anxiety my whole life, we all thought they'd be scraping me off the floor. And the most profound thing I think happened about a month ago, right before I started radiation. My business strategy coach, who I had continued to work with, we were talking about it, and she said, Erica, I think you created this framework for you, to get me through. And it was just, so I'm ending this year. I ended, last radiation was last week. So done with my treatment. And I think that what I've gained from this 2023 is more than I have been challenged. And so I'm kind of bringing that whole, really applying SOS in a completely new way that I hadn't actually intended for it to apply to. And so, sorry, a little long, but it's been a year. So I'm going to go into 2024 with that suspend, open, and seek mindset on a daily basis, consciously and intentionally, because I've seen what it can do for me, and hopefully I can share it with others to help them through even more than I thought I would be coaching people through. So yeah, it's definitely changed my whole mindset. So
yeah. Before we get to Queen Kristina, I just have to give you so much love, Erica, over again. People are giving you love in the comments, because you are totally a queen, a warrior. Like you said, you've been through your ups and flows. And the thing about that is, we're talking about mindset. Just bringing this back to this mindset and mind flow. Now, the mindset was you had certain things that you had in your head that you're going to do. But guess what? Life happened, right? Mm-hmm. Things happen. You didn't even think what would happen. Then you had to go that mind flow and say, what is going to help me to get through this? And that's you created a whole new mind frame for other people. Come to find it was for you too. So
yeah. And I have been living curiously. But not this way. Not in this, make a decision of what your life expectancy may be.
Yes, I love it. And I love what Sandy said, a year of transformation, clearly. clearly. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So let's go to Miss Queen Kristina. I know she has some goodies.
Erica, you are a survivor. Blessings, blessings, blessings to you, beautiful. I have to say that first and foremost. But to, excuse me, I'm sorry. To piggyback on what Erica was saying, for me, entering into 2023, every year I have a set of words that I stand on. For me, coming into 2023, it was emerge and discipline. I entered into 2023 anchored in those words, and 2023 brought me challenges spiritually, mentally, and physically, especially in my health. And what I realized through those challenges, they're stepping stones for spiritual and personal development. Because also entering into 2023 for me, it was entering in emerging discipline, but with God as the center and my core. So these challenges I saw as stepping stones for spiritual and personal development. In the challenges, I chose to embrace God's guidance. As a result, I found myself in the flow with the Holy Spirit, which ended up being a flow of his divine purpose. And literally through the challenges, even discovering and emerging and becoming even more disciplined in the next best version of me. And that was setting clear goals aligned with God's will. Even though I went into 2023 with goals, sometimes we have to understand when those goals have to be changed because life is going to life. And in the rhythm of those changes came the rhythm of a mind flow that is now what I'm going to carry into 2024. I found strength in the challenges. I found joy in the process. And most importantly, the assurance, let me say that clearly, that every step is a testament for me of God's grace and my continuous journey towards becoming the next best version of myself. That's what I discovered in 2023.
Wonderful comment, Queen Kristina. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, we got to give the kudos to our queens, especially when they be dropping some good golden nuggets on there. And, you know, Queen Kristina was just kind of, and some of you were giving some little tips on, you know, kind of setting the mind flow, the mindset, certain things to do. So we're going to listen to another wonderful lady that I asked. Her name is Shelly, and she basically wants to share some tips with us too. So once we hear from her, we can kind of go into that and hear what our other queens have to say about what they do. So we'll be right back.
The first tip I have for everyone is to begin with the end in mind. Spend some quality time figuring out what you want your life to look like, to feel like, to sound like, to smell like, all of it. Really get clear on your vision and what it is going to feel like when you have pulled off that thing. Write it down, get your goals, intentions, and aspirations on paper, and then get some kind of a visual reference as well that you can refer to often. Make a declaration every single day, and multiple times a day is better, and speak about it in the past tense. This is a mindset hack that tricks your subconscious into working for you instead of actively sabotaging or working against you. Whenever you are working on accomplishing anything of significance, remember that environment trumps will. It is critical to surround yourself with the right people. We become like the 5 people we spend the most time associating with, so choose your associations wisely.
Love it. You know what? Out of everything, I have to say, first of all, Shelly, thank you so much for doing that video for me. I asked her, she was so nice to do it. Second, I just want to say when she mentioned about being around, and that's one thing I really been paying close attention to this year and going into 2024, is being around the people that are positive, that's shining their light, that is moving forward, that's having that mind flow mindset, that, you know, that's encouraging each other. And that's so important, because that toxic, you know, toxic people, they're really toxic people out there. I mean, I put my hand up. I think all of us know some are still in our lives. Some we had to kind of say, I'll pray for you from afar. That's my take. I'll pray for you from afar. And then we just keep it moving. But then, you know, we have to make sure that we're around that, because we're going to have those days. Remember, so what we all said, we have those down days, and we need some encouragement from each other. So that's one tip. I love what Shelley said, but I want to go to our queens here on some other things that they have that they want to share with, going through the ups and downs and flows of their valleys of their lives. So I see Nancy looks like she wanted to say something, so I'm going to put her here in the middle here.
Oh, thanks, sweets. But, you know, we often, we go into New Year's and it's a big, beautiful celebration, right? We're going to pop a cork. And sometimes we just really want to pop a cap in somebody, which is a different kind of feeling. And if we suppress all of those feelings, continually trying to put a spin and a sunny side on it, so much of that will build up and build up and build up. And we talk about triggers, otherwise known as activations, because as life continues to activate people by situations, the environment is very, very important, because the grace, the synchronicity, the all of those beautiful things, synchrodestiny that comes into our lives, like Erica was saying, the synchrodestiny of reaching that point where cancer was a part of her experience, she'd already had some of those tools that she could use and utilize. But to suppress her true feelings and emotions, would that have caused her more pain? We need to expand what we are feeling and identify that clearly in our lives. Without clear identification of what we're feeling, we begin to continue living that false identity of what we think we should be and how we should show up, saying the right things, doing the right things. That fire will build inside of you so that you will become explosive instead of expansive. And there's a big difference, and it feels different for every single one of us. So to clearly feel what's going on in the moment is a great power, not to suppress instead, because otherwise we do show up as a less than better version of ourselves often.
Wow. Awesome. Anybody want to go on tail with that with Queen Nancy?
One of the things for me is that, you know, and we've talked many times about going from, you know, mindset to mind flow. And the times that I talk about it and speak with it about my clients, it's like, well, Barb, how do you do that? Okay, well, so now what is your mindset right now? And so often people think that their mindset, well, that's just the way I am. Well, okay, what can we do? Okay, but is that how you want to continue? There has to be some kind of mind shift. And once you can get somebody, it's like, oh, and you see the light bulb go on, that, oh, if I shift this one little thing, and sometimes it can be such a small thing, but if I just shift that 1%, oh, it starts the mind flow. You don't get it all at once. No. But that's so often what people think, that how I can just jump into mind flow. Well, you know, you can't. There has to be a mind shift first. And what is going to be that point of mind shift? And when I can get them to that feeling that Nancy was just talking about, that feeling that something needs to change. And it starts here. It's not up here. Your mindset is up here, but your mind shift is down here. And when you can follow your heart, it knows where it's going. But it takes that one little small feeling down here. This is where the shift is. And then you get into the flow.
Ooh, that's good. You know what? I hear Queen Kristina want to say something about that. So I'm putting her in the middle right there. I just feel something that she wants to add to that.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm going to be transparent. I'm not going to be led and controlled by my feelings. You want to know why? Because my feelings will have me catch a case. Okay. So with that being said, when it comes to mindset, it refers to, for me, it's a set of attitudes and beliefs and the assumptions that shape how you perceive and how you respond to situations. When I think of mindset, it's about how am I responding to this situation? Where the mindset comes, that shifting that Barbara's talking about, when you have to have a paradigm shift, when you have to have a shift in your thinking. For me, that comes when I immerse myself continuously every day in the Word of God. The Word of God transforms your heart. It transforms your mind. A man speaketh what's in his heart. You're going to respond by what's buried in your heart. Now, that's my belief. So my mindset is I have to be led and controlled by the Holy Spirit, because life is going to life. Just like I said earlier, challenges are going to come. No matter who we are, no matter what your area code is or your zip code is, challenges are going to come. No matter what your bank account says, no matter how many degrees you have or don't have, life is going to life. But what are you anchored in?
Right.
That when those life challenges come and hit you, and you want to pop a cork in somebody, but you can't, and you want to feel the emotions. I understand feeling, but you don't want to stay in those feelings. Feel what you're feeling, get out of that. But what's leading you and controlling you? What's the filter between your feelings and the actual situation? And that's where that mindset comes in. That's where those shifts come in. How are you shifting? Who are you flowing? Matter of fact, who's flowing and shifting you? So that's just my take on that.
Oh, see, I told you. I know I put in there for a reason. Okay, Queen Erica. You know I'm gonna be picking on all of you, so just be ready.
I love what Kristina just said about oh, I might get this wrong, but pay attention to who is shifting you. Because it is so important, because the brain, how the brain works, it's this weird thing where the brain wants to look for the familiar, the similar. So we seek that out. And if something is different or something is not expected, our brain's going to fly into this fight, flight, freeze kind of just survival mode potentially. And that's where you can lose sight of how you're actually wanting to be in the world. But at the same time, I always say we need people to survive, but we actually need differences to thrive. So we really need to have that set of the differences is what makes us be able to thrive. If we think back, if we were just a village of people and with no technology and we were all the same, then we'd be forced to do things that weren't our strengths and we'd survive. It'd be fine. But if we're all different, if we all specialize, that's where the community can really thrive. So having that mindset of looking for those differences. And I also, when I talk about curiosity isn't seeking for agreement. It's seeking to understand. So by asking questions and being open to those perspectives, looking and learning from those differences, you don't have to agree, you don't have to change your mind, but be aware of where that's coming from. So I love that, Kristina. So community healing are my words, Kristina, for heading into 2024.
I love that, what you just said about, you said community healing.
Community and healing, yeah.
Community and healing, and that's important. This year, I actually came to tears yesterday because I was thinking about my community, my personal inner circle. Of course, God is my core, is my center. Next, my husband and my two awesome young adult sons. But this year, community, my best friends, the three of them, challenged me on what Barb said. And they were like, girl, We need you to shift your thinking. We need you to go to the next dimension on this thing. Okay. And that's so important. Who's in your ear? Who's a part of your community? And you got to watch it, because if you got some crays a part of your community, they will let you set in your feelings and end up depressed, or have you set in your feelings and talking about, I'm your ride or die. Let's go throw some eggs or do something crazy at cars or whatever the situation may be. Ooh, did I just digress and give a little bit of, how things was when I was a teenager? Woo! Hallelujah. But that's where that maturity comes, and change comes over years, over decades. Mind shifting, mind changing, mindset, mind flow. The community that surrounds you. What are they speaking into your mindset that then affects the mind flow? I love that community word, Erica.
Yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now, I look, who is in your ear? Queen Tamara said, from Kristina Shauntee, who is in your ear? Who is in your ear? And that's so true, because like I said before, the community, people around you, I'm telling you, is so important to understand and have that. What I want to say is that just thinking and just really not saying so much and just listening to people, because just listening alone can get you out of trouble with getting toxic people in your life. Believe me, I have used it and it's working. Instead of, so much talking, you sometimes people tell on themselves. So make sure, because you have to make sure that you're surrounding yourself to get yourself to the next year. Like 2024 is coming tomorrow, right? And we're talking about mindset, mind flow, mind shift, all that kind of stuff. But it always starts with what you have to just to deal with yourself, what things with you that you have to deal with to make those changes. Because we can talk about this all day and all night. But if you're not ready, if you're still not believing in yourself, if you're not loving yourself, all that kind of stuff, then all the mind shift, mind flow we can talk about is not going to work, because you're still, thinking about who you are. And I'm saying that because I'm going to be very vulnerable right now before we get to our queens again with the time we have. Is a certain individual told me just a few days ago, they were telling me, oh, Barbara, you're awesome. You're great, Barbara. You do what you do. And they were telling me this. And all this time, I was thinking to myself, why am I not believing in that? Why am I not believing that I'm a queen? Why am I not believing? I'm telling everybody else that. Why don't I believe that? That hit home very, very hard. And I'm saying that for everybody. I'm being open right now, because you have to really go deep into yourself and make sure that you believe in you. And then everything else that comes out of you is going to flow, and people start believing in what you do, because now you set the grounds for yourself. So hopefully that helps. And if it don't, hey, it's going to help somebody's ear. That's what I say. So with that, I want to get into, before we get some more queens, we got just a few more minutes here. We can get some more good stuff. But I know some people, I had to throw in a video about New Year's resolutions. I really didn't want to, because I don't like that word. It seemed like when you say resolutions or whatever, 2 days and people forget. But we're here to get that mind flow going. So I'll play something regarding that. If you're struggling, we'll be right back. Oh, oops. I'm thinking I'm in the club. I said, hey, 1, 2. Okay. I see some people moving. It's not just me. Okay, wonderful queens. We are back. We are back. If you're just chiming in towards this, I tell everybody, please look at the replay. This is something that's not just for today, for New Year's Eve, but this is something for just moving through the whole year. Everything these queens are saying, the videos and everything is telling you basically to stay the course, keep moving, keep knowing your creativity. So now I want to jump a little bit into that before we get, I'm going to give these queens a heads up. Because usually I just kind of throw things and they'd be like, dang, I wish you would have told me. Well, this one thing I am going to tell you so you can think about it. Before we wrap up today, because I always do that 30-second, everybody gets 30 seconds to say something at the end, because I want you to say something to the audience. Think of the one word that you're carrying into 2024. One word that really is, in your mind, in your heart, that you're carrying into 2024. I know Queen Kristina said something about that she does words every year, and I do the same thing. So just get you thinking, okay? So with that, there's more people coming in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Happy New Year. Happy New Year and new Mindflow mindset we're talking about. So with that, I want to ask you, ladies, can you help? Because it's one thing, it's nice to talk about this today. And then 3 days pass and it's January 5th. And maybe some of the same things that you had in 2023 dipped into 2024. And they weren't happiness stuff. It wasn't happy. It was, okay, I'm not a good I'm not feeling too good right now. What did Barbara and Kristina, they say, yeah, okay, whatever. I want you to give just a little take on how to get through that as you're dealing with that, because life happens, as we said earlier. It's good. So say all the good is good, but we want to give some golden nuggets on some things that push them through. So who wants to give just the little tips on that? Miss Barbara.
I'll start with one. This year for me, and in fact, I was sharing it with a friend of mine the other day that I have known since I was 16 years old. So great friends, and just we can chit chat. And I said, you know what? One of the things for me for the last 2 years, I have been working on a couple of different projects. Never expected. If you had told me 2 years ago that I would still be working on them now, I would have been, you are kidding me. And yet now they are coming to fruition. So I think my word is, you always hear it and you always think it, and you hear all the gurus talk about it, is just persist. When you know in your heart that, like that this is God's will for you, just keep going and persist. Because now the things that I have been working on for 2 years, I am seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and they are just right here. That is like, oh, wow. Because now the excitement part is going to start. But persisting through the challenging, we've all talked about the challenges that we've had. And so just persist.
Okay. I love you, Barbara. You cheated though. You said your word early.
Oh, that's not my word for the year. That's not my word for the year.
Oh, okay.
Learn.
Oh, so you
my
got some more. Okay,
you
got some more good stuff coming. Okay,
good. Learn. But for right at this minute is persist. But my word for the year is learn.
Okay. I'm about to say you put the cat out the bag. But where's tripod? Anyway, yes. Persist. Yeah. Persist. I want to get two few other takes on that before we do get to your word for the year. But one thing I want to add to that is persistent is the key, and being patient. I think that goes with hand in hand with Barbara saying too, especially when you're going through something, because it's going to hit. I'm going to let people know already. It's going to hit some days where you're going to be like, really?
And we're going to look back on this year and go, wow, like 2024 has been labeled the year 2024 of more and more and more. More health, more wealth, more abundance, more people coming to faith and being liberated from the darkness of despair. And it's like, I am standing on that promise.
Okay. Okay, lady. Okay, so now because because I want to give people enough time because we got to do our little, New Year's Eve dance too. So we got to give a little time for that. So before we get into that, let's skip to the other queens with their word of the year. And if you want to expound a little bit on it, you can. Just 30 seconds, and then we'll get into a wrap up. So let's go. And Barbara, I'll give you kudos again because I know you got to give your other word. Let me go to Nancy first.
Yeah, moment by moment, minute by minute, and breath by breath. Big opportunity there because you can spread as much sunshine and happiness on everything. But when you are going through those pivotal changes in your life where you pick up the phone and a loved one is no longer here with you, when you're going through those deepest, darkest moments where you don't know if you can make it, you can spread as much sunshine on that as you want. But it is in those moments where moment by moment, minute by minute, breathe. If you're breathing, you're doing it. You're making it through that difficult time. When you bring that into you, we can talk about the science of it. We can talk about so many things that the breath does. But just give yourself some credit for what it is that you've done, what you're doing, and what you have the ability to do. Just breathe. Breathe, sunshine, breathe. You got this. You got this.
Oh, okay. I just saw me pop up. Do you want us to give our word now, or do you want us to just
you could do it now? Yeah, you could do it now.
Okay, my word coming into this year is, well, I have 3 words, but the main one is temple. My body is a temple that houses the living God, that houses his spirit, the Holy Spirit. It's a temple. I mean, I'm his instrument, but the instrument can't be used if I'm not taking care of the temple. So for me, one of my words for this year is temple, reminding myself, you house the Holy Spirit. Take care of your body better.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Taking care of that body. Okay, Miss Erica.
I'll say a word that I haven't said before for this upcoming year on my list, and that is choice. That everything that we do, everything is a choice. And it can be a choice to do something that doesn't exactly serve us very well, but acknowledging that it's a choice brings awareness to it. And so if you have a certain amount of resources every day or a certain amount of energy or health or time or anything, what you decide to do with everything is a choice. So that's my word, choice. Community healing and choice.
I know there's so much more you want to add, right? Go ahead, Barbara. Now you can do it. I don't want to. You can hear me? Uh-oh, she can hear me, but she's not saying nothing. Okay. Well, I'll get back. Barbara, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Your word.
My word is, well, I got 2. I have 2. Listen and learn. Listen to others and and learn that one little thing that they can teach you. Because all of us can learn from anyone and be open to the teaching and then learn it. I learn things I just saw a post that I posted just months ago about the thing I learned from my dog. And I put a little video up of her doing her happy dance. And I said, what I learned from my dog was just enjoy the small things and just be excited. Be excited. So that's my little thing for the year, to listen to other people and learn from them.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Miss Tamra, Queen Bee here, put me on the spot. So, Barbara, what's your word? Okay. I was giving the queens. Okay. My word is love. My word for this year going to 2024 is just love. Because I know if you just love on people, especially the love that God has given me, that, the world And I believe this. I truly believe it can become a better place in what's going on right now if you just show just some ounce of love for a person. So that's my word for coming in 2024 is love. And I love it. And everybody see, I'm going to put you all on the screen now, because now that we talked about it, Miss Tamara L. Hunter, she's been taking notes. She has up here. In fact, I got to show it all. She said, okay, Barbara Ellis, she has learn, right? Nancy, she said moment by moment, minute by minute, and breathe. I love that. As you know, I was just thinking, if you're breathing, you can keep going. As long as you're breathing on this earth, you can continue to do what you're doing. I pick love. Where's Kristina the Temple? I remember that. Yeah, there we go. Temple. Trying to get all up there. And Erica, what was Erica's? Erica was choice. Yes. So wonderful words, wonderful. And I just want to tell everybody, please look at what you're doing. Put words out there for yourself and put it out there. Post it somewhere, bathroom, living room, wherever you got to post it. So it can remind you every single day. And I think I froze. Okay. Every single day that, keep moving, keep pressing on. And with that, I got to put the dance out there. Let me get this music on. My DJ thing is just not working. So everybody, we want to thank you so much for coming, being a part of this New Year's Eve. I believe it was a party because it was really helping, everybody to just move forward. Think about what you're doing. Don't take this as a one-day thing. I really press upon that. I want you to take it as every single day of your life. Just moving. You got creativity in you. You have gifts in you. Put it out there. Look at all these queens, warriors, queens. I mean, they gave examples of their personal life. You have it too. So always remember that. And for some reason, the music don't want to start. So that's okay. We'll just say happy New Year. Happy 2024. Ladies, thank you so much. As always, you always come on and you just be about just who you are. And I just truly appreciate it. Now the music. Okay. And it went off. You just gotta love technology, right? You gotta love technology. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Blessings, everybody. Mwah.
Thanks, Barbara.
This we get to do a
Thanks,
little
Barb.
dance.
This was great. Thanks, everybody. Have a happy New Year.
Thanks, ladies. Happy New Year, ladies.
Don't go this way.
I want to say thank you for joining us today and welcome you back next Sunday as we once again are joined by a panel of subject matter experts that will explore and focus in on our fabulous lives. Until next Sunday.